I don't know what you remember, I got the Apex, which is this machine here, and I've used it 3 times in what, 8 months, something like that. I don't know, 8, 7 months maybe, I don't know, but 3 times I've used it, because it's just too chatty, right? And a lot of people said, well, knock the sensitivity down, you know, all the normal stuff. I know all that. I'm not stupid, right? Someone said, well, change the frequency. Well, why? It's a multi-frequency machine. Why change it down if it's like that all the time? You know what I mean? So, just a little experiment. I've got on there the Viper coil, right? I've got that attached at the moment. I've got the Nell sharpshooter coil, and I've got the Nell Superfly coil, right? Now I sent this off to Regton, sorry, whatever, and they said, oh yeah, there was a bit of chatter with it. We've updated the software, you know, the usual, blah 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 sort of, and we've checked it. We've even put a new coil on, plus a center control box as well, so they could test, you know, control box and coil. He said, oh, it's fine now, right? It solved the problem. Right, well, let's see. Let's move these out the way a minute. Oh, and by the way, if anyone's thinking of getting the Superfly for the Apex, and you do beach detect, and don't bother, because apparently there's a problem with it, a little glitch. It doesn't affect ordinary detecting, but in multi-salt it doesn't pick up big silver, or it'll just pick them up intermittently or something like that. Or we have a read anyway if you're thinking of getting one. Let's move these out the way. Right, so the settings, I've got a full frequency, full sensitivity. I've got it at multi-frequency. All the other settings don't really matter, volume and all that, but I've got it on relics. So basically I'm going to leave everything the same and just change the coils over. But let's see what happens. Let's turn it on. Now can you hear that? Sometimes it'll just stop for a bit and then it'll kick off again. Yeah, there it goes again. Right, now that's supposed to be fixed and the coil's fine and everything, right? So let's put the sharpshooter coil on for a minute, right? I'll just turn it off for a second and we'll be back. I won't alter the settings, settings will stay exactly the same. Okay? Right, we're back with the sharpshooter coil on. Slightly smaller, I know. So don't say, well, it's a smaller coil. Right? But the settings and all that should just come on exactly the same. Let's turn it on. Don't know if you can see there, it's on relics. Let's see if we can get you. No, can't see it. But it is on relics. Full sensitivity. Right, now listen. Not a peep. Right, you heard the Viper coil, the stock coil for the Apex, chattering away. Right, as far as I'm concerned, that Viper coil is oversensitive to EMI and all that. I mean, I've got here's the garage here, and there is electrics in there, so maybe the Viper was picking that up, but it chatters, it just chatters and chatters and chatters, right? So now what I'm going to do, and it's in exactly the same place at the junction of these 4 flags here, right? The toe is at the junction there, right? So let's now put the bigger coil on. For them who say, well, that's a smaller coil. Let's put a bigger coil on, the Nell Superfly coil and see what it does then. Okay, I'll turn it off again. Right, I've put the Superfly coil on now. You can see it's a lot bigger than both of them coils, the Nell Sharpshooter and the Garrett Viper coil. As I say, this won't be no good for beach detecting in the wet saturated salt sand in multi-salt mode. Apparently it doesn't pick up the big silvers, but anyway, it's not about that at the moment. It's on about this and why haven't I used it for so long. So this is the big coil on now, right, the Nell. Right, so let's turn it on. Can you hear anything? Because I can't. Right, go back to the beginning and listen to the stock coil on the apex. Chatter, 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 chatter all the time. Right, and yeah, this 11 by 12 Nell coil made for the apex, quiet as a mouse. The sharpshooter coil made for the apex, quiet as a mouse. As soon as you put that stock coil back on, it doesn't stop chattering. Right, so you've witnessed it all with me, all in the same spot, not moved around, just left them there, not touched them while they've been on. So there you go. There's a problem with that Viper coil that needs sorting out. And if you send it back and say it's chattering all the time, they'd say they've done an update and it works fine. It doesn't work fine at all. Okay, I'm happy now anyway. At least I can try the apex out properly, if you know what I mean. You can't test the machine out, a new machine, if it's not working correctly. So I'll be out maybe tomorrow, the day after, and I'll probably be out, I don't know, well I'll be out with this coil or the sharpshooter coil. I definitely won't be out with that Viper coil. Okay, I'll catch you all again. Hope we haven't bored you too much. Alright, take care everyone. See you there for now.